Okay, so we are asked to solve this quadratic inequality. We're going to solve it just like if this was an equal sign. So the method I'm going to use is I'm going to set everything equal to 0, or in this case, since it's an inequality, I'm going to put everything on one side so that 0 is on the right side. And then I'm going to use factoring. You could also use the quadratic formula or whatever method you've learned from this chapter. So I'm going to start with subtracting 9. And then I am going to solve this by factoring. So I need to think of what multiplies to negative 9. So I only have 1 times 9 or 3 times 3, but they have to add to negative 8 and multiply to negative 9. So I'm going to have negative 9 and positive 1. So positive 1 and negative 9. Okay, then what I would do if this was an equal sign is I would set each of these equal to 0. And we would get negative 1. And we get 9. So those are going to be our test points. Boundary points. Okay, so I put them on a number line, and I need to choose a number that is less than negative 1. So on a number line, a number that's to the left of negative 1. So for example, I could pick negative 2. And then I need to pick a number in between negative 1 and 9, so I'm going to pick 0. And then I need to pick a number bigger than 9, so I'm going to pick 10. So those are going to be my test points. So I'm going to plug all three of those numbers back into this original problem and see if it makes a true statement. If it does, I know to shade there. If it doesn't, I don't shade there. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin and let's check negative 2. So we're going to plug in negative 2 for x and see if this is true. So we would have 4, and then we would multiply, that makes 16, and we would get 20. And it works because 20 is greater. Think of the mouth needs to go to the bigger number, which if this is the mouth, it eats the bigger number. So yes. So that means that we will shade over here. Now we need to plug in 0. We would have 0 is greater than 9, which that's no. So that means on our graph, we are not shading in between. Now we're going to try 10. And 20 is greater than or equal to 9. So that means on our graph, we would shade here. Now we need to know whether to use brackets or parentheses. Since there is this line right here underneath, that is how we know that we're going to have brackets here and here. So as an interval, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger on this side, so any number less than negative 1. And then we have, it stops, it's not shaded over here, so we put or to separate it. And then anything bigger than 9 can go in for x. So this is our solution as an interval notation.